You pick up your phone, and within seconds you feel it. Someone you know just got the thing you were quietly hoping for. A promotion, a house, a life that looks, from the outside, a few steps ahead of your own. You put the phone back down, but the feeling stays, low and heavy, just beneath your ribs. A small, certain voice that says one word: behind. You are behind. You tell yourself this is silly. You have enough. You are safe. You are fed. Nothing is actually wrong. And still the feeling does not care what you tell it. It just sits there, in your body, like a stone. So step back for a moment. Step back further than this room, further than your job and your feed, and the whole ranking, measuring, comparing modern day, all the way back to the world that feeling was actually built for. Because the stone beneath your ribs is not a flaw in you. It is one of the oldest and most faithful instruments your body owns. And for nearly the entire human story, the thing it measures was the difference between living and dying. Here is what almost nobody tells you. Buried inside you is a system older than language, and it has been quietly measuring one number your whole life. Not your weight, not what you own, your rank. Where you sit in the order of the people around you. By the end of this, you will know how it works, why your own blood rises and falls with it, and why the modern world has turned that ancient instrument into a machine that can never, ever be satisfied. Let's go back. Picture the world you were actually made for. Not a city of millions, a band, a few dozen people, maybe as many as 150, and you know every single one of them by face, by voice, by name. You were born among them. You will likely die among them. There is no other world. And in that small world, there is an order. There always is. Whose voice carries weight around the fire? Who gets listened to when a hard choice has to be made? Who eats well when the hunting is good? And far more importantly, who still eats when the hunting is bad? Who is wanted as a mate, and who is quietly passed over?
This is the thing to understand, the thing that changes everything. For your ancestors, rank was never really about pride. It was about the body. It was about food and safety and children. To sit low in that order was not an insult. It was a slow danger. It meant less to eat when the lean months came. It meant less protection when things turned violent. It meant fewer chances to have children who lived. Over enough time, in a hard enough world, the difference between high and low in the band was the difference between a line that continued and a line that ended. So your ancestors' bodies learned to treat rank as life or death because it was. They watched it constantly without ever deciding to. Who is rising? Who is falling? Where do I stand today, this hour, in this group? And when they sensed themselves slipping down, when they felt the group's respect and attention drain away, their bodies did not stay calm. They rang an alarm, the same alarm that fires when a predator is near. A flood of stress chemistry, a body braced for emergency. Because to your ancestors, a fall in status was an emergency, every bit as real as a shape moving low through the grass. And this is not a guess. You can watch it happen, in the body, right now. There is a scientist named Robert Sapolsky who spent years in East Africa watching wild baboons. Baboons live, as we once did, in troops with a clear pecking order. And when Sapolsky measured what was actually happening inside their bodies, he found something quietly devastating. The low-ranking baboons, the ones near the bottom of the order, carried more stress hormones in their blood. Their bodies stayed braced, on alert, unable to fully switch the alarm off. Sitting low in the hierarchy was, in the most literal chemical sense, a kind of slow, invisible wound. Now, you might tell yourself, fine, but those are baboons. We are not baboons. We built cities and laws and safety. Surely we left that behind. We did not. In Britain, beginning in the 1960s, researchers followed thousands of civil servants for decades. Office workers. Everyone employed, everyone housed, no one starving, all of them somewhere on the same long ladder of job grades. And what those researchers found, led by a man named Michael Marmot, is one of the most sobering facts in all of human health. The lower a person's rank, the worse their health and the shorter their life. Not in a single jump from rich to poor, a smooth, steady gradient, step by step, all the way down the ladder. Each rung lower meant a little more illness, a little more risk of an early death, even for people who were, by any old measure, perfectly safe. Marmot gave it a name. He called it the status syndrome. Your place in the order gets under your skin. It always did. So sit with what this means about the feeling beneath your ribs. That anxiety, that gnawing sense of being behind, is not a defect of a shallow, ungrateful mind. It is the alarm doing exactly the job it was built to do. It is a rank tracker older than speech, reading the room, deciding whether you are safe in the order or slipping down it. When you feel that you are falling behind, some ancient part of you is not being petty, it is being protective. It is treating your standing the way it was always meant to, as a matter of survival. But here is the twist that changes everything about your particular life in this particular century. In the band, the order was small, 150 people and no more. And that meant the ladder had a top. You could actually climb it. You could become the one whose voice carried, the one who was wanted, the one who ate well and slept safe. And then the alarm could rest. The rank tracker could look around the whole of your world, see that you stood high in it, and finally, blessedly, go quiet. Your ancestors could win. The instrument was built for a world where winning was possible. Now look at the world you pointed at. You do not live among 150 people anymore. You carry in your pocket a window onto millions. And the modern world does not show you the ordinary millions. It shows you all day long the very top. The richest, the most beautiful, the most successful, the most admired human beings alive, carefully lit and edited and streamed into your hand while you sit on a bus. Your ancient rank tracker does not know these are strangers. It does not know this is a highlight reel. It simply does what it has always done. It measures you against them, and it reports back again and again the same impossible verdict. You are behind. You are behind. You are behind. The ladder no longer has a top. Every time you climb a rung, the window shows you someone standing on a higher one. There is always a person richer, thinner, faster, more admired, one swipe away. And so the alarm that was built to fire and then rest never gets to rest. It just rings, quietly, all day, for a race that has no finish line, against people you will never even meet. Remember how new all of this is. For 2 million years, your rank was a real thing, in a real group, that you could actually change. The endless ladder in your pocket is a few thousand days old. Your body never got the chance to learn that these are not your band, that this race cannot be won, that the number it keeps reporting is a lie. To the oldest part of you, it is not a lie. It is the group, and you are losing. So when you feel that stone beneath your ribs, understand what is really happening. You are not vain. You are not shallow. You are not ungrateful for the good, safe life you actually have. You are running a piece of ancient survival software, perfectly tuned for a world of 150 faces, inside a world that shows you 150 million and calls it your competition. The pain is real, the chemistry is real, but the verdict is false. The mismatch is not a flaw in your character. The mismatch is the entire story. None of this makes the feeling simply vanish. You cannot reason an ancient alarm into silence, but you can know it for what it is. You can feel the stone settle beneath your ribs and say quietly, I know you. You are very old, and you are only trying to keep me safe, and the thing you are measuring is not real. You can choose, on purpose, to shrink your world back down, to look at the few faces that are actually your band, the people in the room, the ones who would sit with you when the hunting is bad. Bad is the order that was ever real. That is the only ladder your body was ever built to climb. So tomorrow you will pick up your phone again, and the window will open, and the top of the world will pour through it, and the old alarm will stir, and the small, certain voice will lean close and say its one word, behind. Let it speak for a moment, and then see it for what it is, not the truth about your life, not the measure of your worth, just the oldest and most faithful instrument you own, still doing the only thing it ever knew how to do, still counting the faces around the fire, still trying, in the only language it has, to keep you alive.